Hello friends. Poetry changes lives today. I wanted to tell you about the first bit of Greek poetry that really grabbed me, made me learn it by heart, and fascinated me as to the whole Greek language, its beauty, its the ease with which one can learn it almost, and how they used poetry just to make beautiful stories. This is a very simple poem by the great Greek early poet Anacreon. He wrote a lot of short poems about love and some longer ones, odes as they were called. He lived about the time of 500 years before before the Roman Empire, 500 BC, very early in Greek history, really. The Persian Wars he would have lived through, the Battle of Thermopylae he would have known about. He'd have been about the age of 20 then, eligible to be a soldier. I don't know if he fought at all, but he wrote some beautiful poetry, very, very simple stuff. This one I'm going to recite now is quite short. It's about the Greek god Eros, Eros as we call him. The Greeks, of course, pronounced him quite differently. Instead of saying Eros, they said Eros. The first syllable short, the second long. Eros, they called the god of love, not Eros like we do. Eros. So this poem is about Eros, the god of love, who's depicted as a child with a bow and arrows, shooting his darts into unsuspecting lovers. And this is the story of how Eros, as a young child, was playing in the garden and he got stung by a bee, and he was very upset and ran to his mother, who of course was Cythera, is the name in Greek, the Greek goddess of love. And she comforted him and said some very timely words. She said, if you're stung by a bee and it hurts, just think how much those arrows that you shoot into poor young lovers, think how much they hurt. Very, actually, very wise sort of poem. And I was really struck by it. Anacreon, of course, would have recited it to music. Here's my trusty lyre. And you'll notice when I speak it, that it's a very simple metre, the poem. It goes ti-tum, 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 tum, ti-tum, 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 tum. Every line is 3 what they call iambic, short and a long. Ti-tum, 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 tum. So the first line is Eros, that's the god. Eros poten rhodoisi. Eros poten rhodoisi. So here we go. I'm going to, with a little few opening chords on the lyre. I'll put that down now. Here we go. Eros poten rhodoisi, koimomenein militan, ukaiden el etrothe, todactylon, et patakthais, dramon tekai patasthais, prostain kalein kitharein, alola my meter ipen, alola kapothnesco, he dipen, itokentron, ponai totes ponusi, poson dokais, ponusi, eros hosus subelais. Quite short, and it translates like this. Eros in the rose garden did not see a sleeping bee, koimomenein militan, but was stung on his finger. and being hurt, he ran to his mother, wailing and shouting, "I am wounded, mother. I'm wounded and I'm dying." But the beautiful Cythera simply said to him, "I took Kentron. If the sting of a bee hurts you so much, Eros, how much do you think hurt posondokais ponusi, Eros hosusubalais, the ones that you shoot, the stings that you shoot, how much do you think they hurt?" Very wise response to a child. Here we go again. I'll say it very slowly. Eros poten rhodoisi, Eros in the rose garden, koimomenein melitan, a sleeping bee. Ugaiden did not see aletrothe, but wounded himself, tondactylon, on his finger, patakthais, and hurt, dramon tekai patasthais, running and shouting, prostain kalein clitheren, to the beautiful Cythera. Alola metre ipin. "I'm wounded, mother," he shouted. Alola kapothnesco. "I'm wounded and I'm dying." Hey Dipen, but she said, "I tokentron, ponai totes melites." If the sting of a bee hurt so much, poson, how much dokais do you think ponusi hurt? Eros, hosusubalais, of the ones you shoot. Such a quiet, calm, not unpleasant, just a reminder. Here we go. Eros poten rhodoisi, koimomenein melitan, ugaiden, aletrothe, todactylon, patakthais, dramon tekai patakthais, prostain kalein kitherein. Olola meter ipen, olola kapothnesco. Hey Dipen, she said, "I tokentron, ponai totes melites." Poson dokais